Now then, reefers, the day has finally come. Trident NP has landed in the UK and I have one in my hands. And today we're going to unbox this and set this up on my NIOS Opus 440. I have been extremely excited since seeing this at the Reeferpalooza show in Orlando in April. And if I'm being honest, I haven't been able to stop thinking about the automation of nitrate and phosphate testing. 5 things we should always check in our aquarium is our nitrate, our phosphate, our magnesium, calcium and alkalinity, and obviously temperature and salinity. And I find, for me personally, that nitrate and phosphate is something that I tend to check regularly. I do have quite a heavy stocked fish system and I do sometimes have spikes in nitrate and phosphate. So it's something you should always keep your eye on. But this thing here is going to make my life so much easier because it's going to do the testing for me. And hopefully I'll get a bit more time back at doing other things on a weekend. So let's get the box open. Let's pull out the Trident NP and let's set this thing up. First thing we need to do is break the seal. We have the Trident line filter. This is to filter the aquarium water into the test line. Our test line's here as well with the clip that we use to attach the hose onto. And then in here, the NP itself. There it is. Trident NP. And as per usual, the quick start guide. This is a really simple thing to set up. You use the app and it's actually got a video showing you how to do it. So the Trident NP itself. Wow, look at that color. Very much the same as the original Trident. And I'm really excited about this because everything that they have learned through Trident has been applied to the Trident NP. Right, so that's pretty much everything you get inside of the box. For anyone who's a bit unsure, if you've come across this video as to what Trident NP is, it's basically Neptune Systems' powerhouse for testing nitrate and phosphate, obviously. But what's really cool about this, with a lot of different products on the market that are saying they are going to test nitrate and phosphate, what drew me towards wanting the Trident NP was that this is built on the success of the original Trident. And the Trident is something that I picked up earlier in the year and it really hasn't missed a beat. It's made my life so much more simple in relation to testing calcium, magnesium and alkalinity. So adding 2 more automated tests to the arsenal of nitrate and phosphate, again, something I test regularly, I feel like my life is just going to be a whole lot easier and hopefully give me some time back to enjoy the fish tank rather than having to stick my hands in getting water samples out. So now all that is needed is for us to get this in the sump, which is probably going to be the biggest challenge for me as the sump space is quite tight. So I'm going to need to shuffle things around a bit. But what we'll do for the purpose of this video is we'll just pop it in there and get this set up and we can go through the setup process. It couldn't be easier. There's a video on the Fusion app which talks you through step by step how to set it up, just as it did when I did the Trident video, which you can watch here. But just before we do that, I just want to reiterate that nitrate and phosphate, the nutrients in your system, are crucial to the health of your corals and your fish. And something that I've used previously to test is these NIOS phosphate and nitrate test kits, but I also have the HANA phosphate and nitrate tester. The reason I say this is because these tests, although they are extremely accurate and consistent with the results they give, they can vary from brand to brand. They're all relative to themselves. So I'm not going to hold either of these as the holy grail for accuracy for nitrate and phosphate. The important thing is that you use the same methods of testing and you know where you are relative to that product. We have to talk a little bit about the reagent. These are a little bit different to the normal Trident reagents. So what I thought we should do before we do install it is just have a look at what's inside this box and talk a little bit about what I understand. But of course, during the installation process, the video does cover everything you need to know about the reagents. Let's have a look inside. Okay, so we have 6 bottles in here. We've got the first one, which is your waste neutralizer. Then we have number 1, number 2, number 3A, 3B, and last but not least, we've got our calibration solution. Inside the box, they do also include protective gloves. And obviously with these chemicals, they can be incredibly harmful to skin contact. So I will be wearing these gloves and you should too. So as you can see, it is a little bit different to before. I think what you actually do with this A and B is you actually mix this into here, leave it for 20 minutes before you then install it on the Trident. We'll get the app up in a second and go through it so we can see exactly how the process works. Also, with the waste from this, it can't just go into your normal waste from the Trident that you currently have. It needs to go into a separate container. It will need to be a HDPE2 rated container. In the UK, these are quite commonly found on milk bottles, but you could use a glass bottle, or if you just so happen to have a HDPE2 rated container, just use that. But what I'm gonna do today is either use a glass bottle or see how much milk is left in the fridge and see if I can pour that out and use the old milk container. And before you obviously dispose of the waste in the container, you do have to add the waste neutralizer, which makes this safe to pour down the drain or dispose of in any which way the environment recommends in your area. So what we'll do now is we'll head over to the tank, get the Trident installed and go through the process with you. I'm not sure I actually mentioned this, but this comes with a drip tray, which I think Neptune will be releasing for the standard Trident as well. But obviously this is really important as well. If you get any spillage from here, this will give you a bit of insurance to catch that. Just thought I'd mention that. I don't think I actually touched on what this is and what it's for. So important to know. So before we install this, we need to get the operation up on the app, and I'll just come up and show you how simple this is to do. So all you do is bring up the Fusion app. Then you want to go to, tasks, scroll down, and you will see Trident NP initial setup. Click that. Okay, so we don't connect the lines. Review pack contents, which we've already done. So what I'll do is I'll speed this up a little bit and we'll stop it when it gets to the reagents and obviously the key things to remember with that. I'm on the wrong one.
Trident is already
Trident, not NP. I only noticed because of the boxes. Gosh, what an idiot. Right. So don't go on the Trident one, go on the Trident NP one. Trident NP initial setup, there we go. Right, same thing as before, don't plug in.
Congratulations on your purchase of the Neptune Systems Trident NP.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
In a matter of no time, you will be testing your...
Yeah, we know what's in the box, we've looked at that, I'm gonna skip this step.
These are the gloves included with...
So this does go over the package safety.
This is a good...
You must go through that, I've already checked that.
More accessible. Take waistline to...
Whoa, slow down. So stick that in there.
Make sure the sample line is pushed all the way past the bar.
Yep, we've done that.
Connect the one-link cable to the port on the back.
But what I'll do is just quickly pull out my control board. But this will just go in there. Okay, good power.
We need to prepare the NP reagents for use.
3A. Okay. Oh, I haven't got my gloves on. Instructions and wear the gloves. So 3B, take this off. I need to get inside it now. Use my little knife for this. 3A. Damn. This is not easy with gloves on. Okay, so put them out the way safely.
Mildly shake the container and swirl.
Mix it and take 25 minutes. Right, okay, so we'll mix 3B into there. We'll come back in 25 minutes. Okay, so whilst we're waiting 25 minutes for that to mix, let's get a container for the waste. We do have milk, but we've got too much. So I'm probably not gonna be able to use this. We'll go with an old Prosecco bottle. And then I'll keep my beady eye on that milk. So once that's gone, we'll use that one. Right, it has been 25 minutes. Let's resume the installation.
Remove the cap. Screw the intake assembly onto the 3A bottle.
There's two, here. I'm just gonna have to cut it.
Screw the intake assembly onto the reagent 2 bottle. A light hand tightening is all that is required.
Same again. Cut this open.
Screw the intake assembly onto the reagent 1 bottle. Caps of the reagent if there is ever need to store unused reagent.
We have a glass container. I'm just gonna go fill this up with water.
Pull the sample line in an area of your chamber. It is not not recommend.
Right, so that's
The
in there.
last step of the physical installation of your Trident.
All I'm going to do is put this exactly where the other Trident draw line is as well. Just put that there at the side of the other one. So now we're just going to plug it in and it's official. We have NP in the house on power. Oh, it's on! Right, this is going to live here, which isn't great. And it's not the final place, but I have a cabinet to put up. But I should really be leaving that still. I'm just going to slide it over slowly. We're just going to leave it there for now. There's a cabinet that's going to go up at the side of the cube there. We're going to come back in another video and see how I've actually installed both Tridents in this cabinet. I do have an idea of how it's going to look, and also the DOS-QD and how I'm going to use the DOS-QD in conjunction with my Tridents, both NP and normal. Okay, so this is the easy part now. Click on that, ensure modules connected and firmware is up to date. I think it's actually the Fusion update. So I've just updated the Fusion and then it's given me the option to update the NP as well now. So I've done that, click done, and that should be all up to date. Back to the dashboard. Obviously green ticks now, everything's cool. Just this down here. Cool. So there you go. We have nitrate and phosphate available for readings on our Fusion dashboard. We're going to give it a few days to settle in. We'll test it with our other test kits and things like that just to see what ranges we get from it. But really, really easy to set up, as was the Trident. There's a few things to remember with the reagents, but I think it's definitely worth it when we can have the automation of testing nitrates and phosphates, which is something we should be testing for regularly, especially if you've got larger fish like myself, tangs. I have to do certain things to keep my water parameters in the place that keeps the fish and corals healthy. So having that automated is absolutely a winner. So there we have it. Finally, I have the Trident NP and it is installed. I can control and monitor this through the Fusion app. If you've already had this and had your hands on this, because I know a lot of you in the US got it before we did in the UK, please do let me know in the comments below what you found in your time using it. And obviously for you guys in the UK who are picking this up, let me know if you've got this, or if you're getting this, or if you're not getting this and perhaps you're getting something else. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this as well. And thank you all if you've gotten this far in the video for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more updates. We're going to come back in a few weeks to see how we're getting on with the Trident NP. It's now available in the UK. The day is here. I hope everybody enjoys the season of reefing. Now the days are getting shorter, we get more time to enjoy the fish tanks. And as always, there's plenty more seeing the fish.